Hello again and welcome to our weekly look at TIFFIN University football. I'm the voice of the TIFFIN University Dragons, Russ Snyder. To my left, head coach of the football team, Mr. Cris Reisert. Coach, how are we doing today?
Doing good. Thanks again for having us.
Yeah, welcome back to Coach's Show this week, coming in after a second consecutive week with a W. As we mentioned before the game, we talked to week one, maybe the wettest you've ever been on a football field.
It was.
Week two was a beautiful day. A lot of fans came out. It was a great day for football and a great day for the Dragons.
No, it was awesome. It certainly was a lot more enjoyable to not have your clothes soaked through by the time's over, right? So I thought our guys, they came out with great energy. You know, we always, playing at home is always a treat for us. You know, we've got such a neat atmosphere, and I think we always get a great crowd that really supports what we do. And so it was nice to be able to put on a show and get out of there with a win in front of the home team.
And to mention as well, we had our highest viewership on the Great Midwest Digital Network, other than a spring football season, no fans in the stands game. An actual legit regular fall football game was our biggest viewership we've ever had. So kudos to our TIFFIN University fans, and probably a big thank you to the Northwood fans too. I'm sure they showed out as well. But it's pretty fun to be able to be a part of that network, because I think we were talking as well. I went home on Saturday night and I was able to flip back and forth between the Findlay game and the Hillsdale and Indianapolis game. So it's just a lot of fun to be able to do that. You know, we work at this level, so we become really into it. And it's just it was a fun Saturday night for me. So thanks to all the folks at the Great Midwest Digital Network.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, and us too. It was fun to be able to go home and watch those games.
Yeah, it was great.
And kind of get ready for the next week. But I think I think it's a credit to the amount of pride that people have in TIFFIN too. You know, I think as our program and university continue to grow and expand, I think the roots are even stronger, you know, and so those that came before us get a chance to tune in and watch us, and whether they're in Arizona or Nashville or Atlanta, they're still a part of what we're doing. So it makes it really cool to have that GMAC ability to be able to broadcast to all over the country. So we're happy for that.
That's how we would watch a Ohio Dominican game a little bit as well. So yeah, good times, awesome stuff. Let's talk about the Northwood game, all right? First quarter, Northwood gets the football, drives right down, scores a touchdown, puts you guys down, a 39-yard touchdown pass. That was a fourth down call, if I remember correctly. That was pretty gutsy call on fourth down short.
It was fourth and long.
That's where it was like 11.
It was fourth and 11 or fourth and longer, and unfortunately we got beat. You know, got beat at the corner spot. And the kid made a great throw, and kid made a great catch, and they certainly earned it. You know, but not the way you want to start a game.
No.
But I think our guys managed it and weathered the adversity a little bit and then bounced back. So
well, that's the thing. You know, you can create all the adversity you want in practice, but it's not the same as game adversity. So you always learn a lot about your kids and how they react to adversity. And you fall down 6-0 after the extra point was missed, and you come right back in a nice long 15-play drive, kind of setting the mood for the game, going 75 yards in 4.5 minutes, and Darius Penix goes in from 4 yards out. Your kick was good. Now you have a 7-6 lead.
Yeah, I think that was big. You know, we defensively, got off to a slightly slower start than we typically have, and offensively, in week one we were super slow starting the game, and so it was a little bit of the invert, right, from what it was in week one. So which was cool. I think you saw a lot of team football, but offensively to be able to respond with a no flinch attitude and go 15 plays for 75, and I think we saw some really good execution throughout that game, or throughout that drive was a really, really big moment.
Right, yeah, you can't. Well, you better execute if you're going to take 15 plays to move the ball 75 yards. Yeah, absolutely, it is. All right, the next touchdown by the Dragons, I have to ask after this if maybe there is a quarterback controversy brewing here, as the Dragons score again to make it 14-6. This time, Jalen Thomas, a 26-yard touchdown pass from Darius Penix. So it was a play, you could see it once Nick threw that backwards pass. I could kind of tell what was coming, and Penix had his man. You can complete that part of it, but you still got to make the throw and catch. And that's easier said than done when you got a running back doing it, but his throw was right on the money to Jalen Thomas, and that young man had a big day too.
No, he did. JT had a great day. Thought he had a good day blocking in spurts too, which is a big point of emphasis for us on the perimeter, was really getting our receivers to buy in, to protect each other, block for each other, and help spring big runs, and I thought they did that so much better than we had in week one. So I was super proud of them, and JT was a big part of that. No, Darius we had a little bit of a cheat code, because I've known Darius since he was a freshman in high school, and so started as a quarterback, and he can throw it. So we've kind of always known that was a part of the deal, and obviously everyone else does too. But it's a nice weapon to have, and he did a good job executing it, and it was nice to be able to see a week's worth of prep, kind of come to fruition.
So no quarterback controversy.
I think Nick's safe. I'll have to talk to him, but I think he's all right.
It was a 4-play, 67-yard drive, take a minute and a half off the clock, and the Dragons have a 14-6 lead after the end of the first quarter. Now the second quarter, the big play to start the second, well, a big series of plays, I guess, early in the second quarter. First down and goal from the 5-yard line for Northwood. They move it to the 1-yard line, and your Dragons goal line stand, hold them on 4th down and 1. And I don't know if anything changes momentum in sports more than a goal line stand.
You ain't lying. That was awesome.
Oh, it was great.
That was a big moment in the game. It was a tight game at that point. It was down in our end zone, the scoreboard side. So you had all of our guys that aren't dressing because they're true freshmen or they're injured, and they were down there getting hyped up. And it was huge. You know, the guys that were kind of unsung, I think, in that goal line stand, you know, Latrell Robinson is a kid that was playing the defensive end spot and really was on 3rd and 4th down, was the first contact you saw. Devin Enzapomi was playing nose in that drive and was tremendous up front, number 44. And then Landon Hall made a couple of big stops. Then on the 4th down, Torrey Hunt got in the fray too. So it was huge. I mean, anytime you could play with your back against the wall and have to make 3 consecutive stops in the 1-yard line.
Right.
And be able to get out of there. Charlie Cleveland was big on that drive too. It's huge. It's a momentum builder. It's a confidence builder moving forth, and it was fun to see. And Russ sent me his call. Those of you that didn't tune into the GMAC network, he did a great job on his call too.
Receiver that way, receiver left. One of the tight ends is going to motion. Cox has it. Handoff in the middle, and he didn't get in. The Dragons stopped him on 4th down inside the 1-yard line. 3 tries, 3 times of nothing. TIFFIN football.
Super excited. It was really fun to listen to. So that was a cool moment.
Who was more excited, you or Coach B?
I think Coach B. Coach B. He was. If you couldn't hear him up in the box, I'm sure he was frantically shaking and yelling. So
as he should.
As he should be. So
well, that
we're
goal line
proud of that.
stand, set up a 99-yard touchdown drive, going in 5 plays, a minute 37 seconds off the clock. So you talk about a full circle spin around in the game. And once again, it is Jalen Thomas this time from 36 yards out, and now your Dragons are able to extend that lead to 21-6.
No, I mean that was huge because you came off 2 pretty long drives, and then to be able to go 5 plays, 99 yards. I mean that's not a regular thing to be able to do. So that was really I think a pivotal thing. I think what you saw on both of those 99-yard drives, because we had 2 of them, was the first play was really successful. And so I think once you get out of that -2, -1, -3, yard line, it opens up your playbook a little bit, and I think you saw that. I think our line did a great job in those situations too.
You beat me to it, Coach. I read Josh from the Advertiser Tribune's article this morning, and you mentioned that first play on those 99-yard drives. I was going to wait until we got to the second 99-yard
I jumped the gun.
to bring it up, but that's okay. So but then the Dragon defense steps up for you one more time, gets you another turnover in starting your offensive possession in the red zone of your opponents. That's huge as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's data all over the world, right? That the closer you get the football, right, to the end zone when you start, the easier it is to score the football.
Certainly.
And there's no secret to that. And so our defense got a big turnover, and we were able to kind of turn it into points on offense. And I think when that happens, I think it always kind of puts a cherry on top, right? As a defender, you can only control what you can control, but it's always cool to be able to be over in the bench sipping water and then look up and hear the roar and realize that, all right, they did something with it. And so that's always, when you talk about team football, that was a big moment.
Right. It was Darius Penix going in for 1 yard out again to make it 28-6. The Dragons lead, and then TIFFIN gets the ball back on the 1 yard line again, as Coach mentioned, the second, the long drive, I guess, the one that took 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go 99 yards, 11 plays, capped off by Nick Watson with a 16-yard touchdown run. He went to the middle, made a nice cut towards the outside.
Yep. No, again, right, you're fortunate to have one 99-yard drive a year, right? Let alone 2 in the first game and 2 in the second game. And so I think it was really cool to see. One of the things that we had to get better at from week 1 to week 2 offensively was just our efficiency. Really stressed about just being more efficient on first and second down and eliminating some of those long third down plays. And I think that we did that, and you saw that in being able to piece together 99-yard drives. I mean, if you're not efficient, there's no chance. There's too much ground to cover. So that was cool that we were able to do that, able to execute enough to be able to score, 2 times with our back against the wall.
35-6 is the Dragons lead at the half, and then a couple scores in the third quarter. The defense gets his goal line stand early, and then they get another turnover for you, and then the special teams comes in and does their job with the block punt safety.
They did. No, it's huge. I think Kevin Swift got the block punt. It was something we had worked on all week, and Didn't happen exactly the way we thought it would, but he adjusted, and
That's players making plays, right?
no doubt. Had a low hand on the football and blocked the punt, and I don't remember exactly who jumped on it and covered it up, but actually went out of the back.
Yeah,
of the
went out
end
the
zone,
back,
which we
yeah.
didn't need that. But no, that was a really big play. I think that's something we really stress. Coach Dukes, our Savage Teams coordinator, and really has started to kind of round into form a little bit.
Yeah, putting points on the board in the non-conventional ways just gets that sideline energy going so much. It's amazing.
No, it's good. It takes the stress off the offense a little bit when you can score on defense and score on special teams, and that's really where you always see teams that score 50 and 60 points. I mean, it's pretty hard to score 60 offensive points, right?
Exactly.
You need those unconventional scores to really enhance, right, the scoring factor.
And one more scoring play in the game for the Dragons in the third quarter was David Orlando, a 27-yard field goal after a 10-play, 49-yard drive, taking 2:45 off the clock, and the final score 40-6. And then also in the second half, Coach, you're able to get some pretty good playing time for a lot of your younger guys all over the field.
We were able to play a bunch of guys, and it's like I've said before, the only way to get better at playing football is play football, right? And so to be able to get those guys out there and play. We played a JV game yesterday too, so that was important.
Excellent.
To get our guys even more reps, to continue to develop depth as the season wears on. I thought was really important, and really for us most important is you get guys that are doing those unsung things in a program, whether it's being a part of your service team or giving a look on special teams or whatever it may be, and then to them have the gratification to be able to get to play. And get in the stat sheet maybe. I mean, that's a big thing. It's a big moment for a program, and happy we were able to do that.
Well, and Mom and Dad sure does love it, getting to see them get some of that early playing time, too.
It's nice to be able to have that, too.
Some other things about the game on Saturday. Anthony Lowe, 12 catches, 160 yards. You seem to be able to find some spots in the middle of the field where you were able to get him open.
Yeah, he's a really good player. He really is. He's a special player, and what you see on Saturday is a byproduct of how he prepares throughout the week. I mean, we don't have a better practice player in our team, and every single day he brings his best and to sharpen his sword to get ready for Saturday so we can come out swinging, and certainly you saw that come to fruition. Had
3 running backs get 10-plus carries on Saturday, too. That's some great work for those young men as well.
No, I think with Darius Penix and Baden Pinson and Devin Nelson, those guys have really, they've really shown the value that each of them have and the uniqueness that each of them have. Darius had a really, really great first half and has been a big play weapon for us in the pass game too. And then Baden's that hammer that kind of comes in at the end of the game, and when they're just getting tired of making all those tackles, and then
you
it's
don't
like
tackle that guy
boom, right? And it just kind of weighs on you. And so we're fortunate to have all 3 of them. And Marcus Davis, our fourth back, was out for the day. And so it'd be great to be able to get him back. But we're really excited about where we're at that position. Coach Carmichael's done an awesome job.
Defensively, the usual suspects led you in tackles: Charlie Cleveland, Landon Hall, Hunter Waits. Talk about some of the other guys that had some big games for you.
Yeah, Landon has always kind of been an unsung guy for us, and I think he finally was in the box sheet to where people noticed him a little bit more. But man, he's been such a steady Eddie for us for 2 years now, 2.5 years. His play on Saturday was terrific. He had a strip sack, he had a couple of TFLs, had 8 tackles. So I was really proud of him. Like I am every week, but it was neat that now people are kind of noticing him a little bit, and as they should,
Absolutely.
And really when you look at us on defense, we played a bunch of guys in different spots that, we weren't quite ready or prepared for, and our motto is no flinch, right? And I thought our defensive staff with Coach B and Coach Deuce and Coach Price did a tremendous job of letting that kind of ebb through our culture. And the reality is whoever's on the field, we have an expectation, and the standard is the standard, and we need to uphold it, and I thought our guys did that.
Well, your Dragons will take your 2-0 record on the road this week to take on a very good Indianapolis Greyhound football team who tangled with Hillsdale on Saturday night, built up a lead, and credit the Hillsdale Chargers, battled back in that game and kept it close, and I think it was 35-31 was the final score. But the story of that game, and probably watching film, I'm sure he stands out as well. Toriano Clinton, the running back, he set a school record of 270 yards, gave him the ball 36 times, got in the end zone 4 times, but very good running back, a seasoned quarterback, some good size and athletes on the outside. They're going to pose some problems for you guys.
They're a really good team. No, they're a really good team. I've enjoyed watching their film. I think offensively, I think they have a bunch of weapons that they're able to employ. I think they're really solid up front. The running back's a special kid. The quarterback is obviously a savvy veteran and can make all the throws, and so they've got some weapons on the outside that pose problems, and so I think they're a really dynamic offense. On defense, I've been super impressed with them. They're good up front. They're really good at linebacker. And then they do some really unique things in the back end and have some great players. So it's going to be an awesome test. For us, as is any week, it's about us. It's not typically about who we play. It's about us having a really good week of practice and really kind of, I think, focusing on some of the things that maybe we needed to improve upon throughout the week, and there's many, and finding a way to really, I think, hone on us and whoever we play. Right. But they're certainly a really good football team, but I certainly believe that we'll be ready for the challenge.
I think it's two pretty similar football teams. I bet their coach would probably describe your team almost the same way you described his team. And to add to that, two strong kicking games as well. Very good young man for Indianapolis, and everybody knows that Mr. Orlando's been doing a job for you here at TIFFIN too. So it should be a great contest, 6 o'clock on Saturday night on the road under the lights. I bet you kids are really looking forward to it.
We are. We're looking forward to it. As many fans as from TIFFIN, Ohio, that we can get out there that wear green and gold, I think is a big deal. This will be a big game for us, and it'll be two top 20, top 15 programs in the country going to battle, and so it'll be a really big game. Not that stuff matters at this point in time, but I think in terms of the hoopla,
the fans love it.
It'll be there. And so for us, it's another game, but I think it'd be neat to really be able to pack the stands and get a lot of support for TIFFIN out there.
Yeah, and I believe the weather's supposed to be pretty nice on Saturday night as well, so no reason not to get out there. 6 o'clock kickoff from the campus of the University of Indianapolis. Our pregame show with Coast Country 100.9 WMJK will start at 5:30, and don't forget, you can always catch the audio from the coach's show leading up to that time that we join in with Coast Country. So, Coach, great job this week. Like you said, just go 1-0 each and every week, right? And keep moving forward, and let's go get it again this week, and we'll do it again next week.
It's going to be done.
All right, let's Coach Cris Reisert. I'm the voice of the Dragons, Russell Snyder. We'll catch you next time. Look at TIFFIN University football on the Coach Cris Reisert Show.